Hey guys, this is Scott Horne with the Owner Finance Network, and this is going to be a short little video just about, let's call it ethical wholesaling. So hopefully you find the video helpful and informative. If you do, take a minute and like it, please. Don't forget to comment below as well. We'll do our best to answer those questions, and please come over and join our YouTube channel as well. Wholesaling, it has been evolving for years and years and years in this industry. I kind of find it funny when I get a chance to look back in time, although we weren't wholesaling a property, meaning flipping a contract, which is what wholesaling basically means. But 35 years ago, we had a slew of people in our back office pulling up multiple listings. This is before the internet and things of that nature, and just throwing out offers left and right, which is what so many wholesalers do today. And if they're lucky to get a bite on one, then of course they take that and try to find a back-end investor to buy their contract. So in the evolution of wholesaling, I can just tell you there are good wholesalers and there's bad wholesalers. There are guys who are experienced who know how to make things work. There are other people who they just don't care. The old philosophy, which unfortunately is still around today, is where wholesalers will run the highest possible comps to make their deal look good, even though that may not be the legitimate value of the home. But maybe it's supportable in some formats. Maybe they take comps from different subdivisions that are close by or next door that may not be apples to apples, but they're apples to pineapples or whatever that instance. And I've seen those kind of things happen. They'll come in and they'll run all types of variables on repairs. Instead of having that knowledge base that knowledgeable real estate investors who are the rehabbers of the world have, they just run estimates, a certain dollar per square foot, or maybe they walk the house and they just throw some numbers out. And what happens is they miss so many things. I'm gonna give you all a quick example. Looked at a house a few months back. It would be a house that we would certainly be willing to have purchased. And the rehab number of this home was something in the, I think, $25,000 price range. Smaller home. And we were told that they ran a $22 per square foot rehab of the house. That number came up to be like $25,000, $27,000, something like that. Went and saw the house using just the basic numbers, because again, you got to put your eyes on it and know what it is. And by the time we left, the actual rehab to get that home to market value was $60,000. It just blew the deal out of the water for what they wanted. Now, would a wholesaler be able to take that transaction and sell it to a less knowledgeable investor in the marketplace? The answer is absolutely maybe. So many people come in, look at a deal, trust what is being presented to them. They don't know all the nuances. They don't know what to look for. And they go buy a property. They wind up losing money and they're out of the business forever and walk away. The wholesalers still make all their money and they're happy. And so you have wholesalers out there who overinflate the value, unfortunately, by pushing the max comps they get. There are those wholesalers also who they don't know the actual value of the repairs. They issue estimates, which doesn't make it right or wrong. It just may not be the accurate number. And for their business model, it's the best that they can do, just to move fast. From there, it's buyer beware. Do your own math, do your own numbers, know what it is you're talking about, know what your values are, know what repairs are, and then make a decision. Does that deal work for you or does it not work for you? And that's what really any investor should do. If I am a wholesaler, and that's one thing that we really don't do in the market and haven't really done, although I've done a little bit in years past, it is providing legitimate information. Just because I can comp a house at $200,000 doesn't mean that's going to be the more probable sales price. That maybe is going to be $190, let's say, or something like that, or $185, based upon the numbers. If I'm looking at the construction cost of the property, instead of just throwing an estimate out there, should I learn or have my team learn how to look at deals differently, from roofs to windows to sewer lines to HVACs to foundations to, kitchens, bath, flooring, paint, things of that nature to help out? Another thing that I think would be so nice to have wholesalers learn are issues such as garage conversions. Was that garage conversion permitted or not? What are the requirements in that particular municipality regarding a garage conversion and parking spaces? Will their back-end buyer do those things, or will that buyer just accept the property And guys, what can happen today with our changing environment out there with city requirements, maybe you have to unconvert a garage, or you have to build a garage behind the building line or a parking space in some format. And all of a sudden, you're $20,000 out of pocket that you didn't expect or anticipate. So in the wholesaling world, what I look at is, what I like to talk to people about is ethical wholesaling. Put a legitimate value out there. Don't push the numbers too high, because it just doesn't work. There are some markets you can do that in, but other markets you cannot. And you have to know what the marketplace is doing. Next is have a better grasp of your numbers. Know what's going on, what the construction cost is out there. And then offer a fair price to your buyer. If you do that, I come back over and over and over and over again. And guys, you make money in the long term, not in the short term. I get so upset when I see wholesalers trying to absolutely kill every deal, because you're going to lose your buyer. From my perspective, as one of the largest single-family investors in the Texas marketplace, if a wholesaler flat out screws me on a deal, I will never go back to them again for anything. I don't care how good the deal is. I just simply won't do it. And I have learned historically, you make business in the long run, not the short term. Finding good people, offering fair deals, continuing that as a resource over and over again, to me is the best way of handling things. Having good numbers on value, good numbers on repairs, helps provide a good value to your client, and that will keep that reoccurring business coming back to you over and over and over again. So guys, I hope you liked the video a little bit. If you did, take a minute and like it. Make any comments you feel necessary. I'd love to answer those for you. And come see us on our YouTube channel as well. We'll see you guys next time.